Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone is doing good. So welcome to the series of another video of the chapter reproduction in plants. So in the previous video, you saw the structure and the types of Anatropis ovule. Still, if you have not seen the video, please go and check out the previous video on the structure, complete detailed structure of the Anatropis ovule and why we are discussing only Anatropis ovule. That also we saw the different types of ovule, out of which most of the angiosperms, that is we are discussing, that is the flowering plants which show sexual reproduction, they are Anatropis in nature. Okay, in today's video, we are going to see about what is megasporogenesis and how this megasporogenesis results into the female gametophyte and how it is developed. Okay, so let's begin. First, we'll begin with megasporogenesis. So what is megasporogenesis? Now, if you break this word into two, you will see mega stands for something big, because here we are talking about the female gamete. Okay, so the female gamete, that's the egg, that's the whole ovary and the ovule setup. It's comparatively bigger in size. If you remember, the microsporogenesis, that is how the pollen grains are formed in the anther, there we discussed as microsporogenesis. So the pollen grains are very small, very minute, granular in nature. So the pollen grains, synthesis, formation of the pollen grains, microsporogenesis, formation or production of the eggs, the whole embryo sac will be termed as megasporogenesis. So mega, bigger in size, and sporogenesis means how the cells will be made, formed, genesis. Okay, making. Yes. So if you see on the if you see the diagram, this is how the developmental stage of the whole female gametophyte will be. Okay. So it will begin from the nucleus, then it will develop into a cell stage structure where you will see the cell and the remaining part of it, the cytoplasm and the boundary of the cell. Then this will further develop and result into something known as the parent cell. Remember, time and again we are discussing that the parent cells are the ones, the mother cells, which will give rise to daughter cells. Okay, they will undergo meiotic division, right? For any living organism to undergo sexual reproduction, what type of cell division takes place? Meiosis takes place, meiotic cell division takes place. So we are going to explore how all these how all the cells get divided from 1 to 4, and you can see all this setup over here. So we are going to take this one by one. So basically the whole formation of the female gametophyte is known as megasporogenesis, the development, the division of the parent cell, the megaspore mother cell, okay, into a functional female gametophyte. Okay, I am repeating myself again. What is megasporogenesis? It's a process in which there is formation of the haploid cells, the daughter cells you can say, that is the megaspores from the parent cell. The parent cell will always be diploid. Yes or no? The parent cell will always be diploid. Diploid cells, say haploid cells, how it is made in case of the female gametophyte of the ovule. That is what we are going to see in this video. Okay, so the first term that we need to know is megasporogenesis. It's nothing but a meiotic type of cell division, the process of formation of haploid haploid megaspores, that is haploid daughter cells you can say here. जैसे वहां पे microspores था, pollen grains. So यहाँ पे they were the daughter cells, pollen grains were the daughter cells. Here the daughter cells are the megaspores. Okay, so it will come from the mother cell. So mother cell megaspore will give rise to haploid megaspores. Okay, and then there will be further divisions and the development will take place, and how that will develop, how the development will take place, that we will see under the heading of development of the female gametophyte. So just simple in one line, you should be knowing what is megasporogenesis. Just the formation of the daughter cells, which will be haploid in nature. The daughter cells are known as megaspores over here from the diploid parent cell. The diploid parent cell is known as MMC, megaspore mother cell. Making sense? Because now sexual reproduction will happen. So the gametes has to be formed just like we saw the development, the formation of the male gamete. In similar manner, here we are discussing the development of the female gamete. So let's begin our discussion regarding how this development will take place. So let's begin with diagram step 1. Let's begin with step 1. So the step 1 is this. You have the mother cell. Yes, you have the mother cell, which will be what? Which will be diploid in nature. Which will be diploid in nature, right? So this megaspore mother cells, which is diploid in nature, means the chromosome will be 2 sets of chromosome will be there, n plus n. Okay, any parent cell will always be diploid in nature. Now it will undergo which type of cell division? Meiotic division. Why it will undergo meiotic division? Because daughter cells have to be formed. Remember, meiosis will take place only in the germline cells, only in the sex cells, place where reproduction, sexual reproduction will happen, because you require male gamete and a female gamete. Okay? So the first step, that is the mother cell, will undergo meiotic division. Diploid cell will give rise to 4 daughter haploid megaspores. Okay? Now what happens in the story is that all the 4 cells will not participate in forming the egg cell or the egg apparatus or the embryo. Okay, just like human female reproductive system, the female reproductive system produces egg. Okay, many number of eggs are produced, but only one every month will mature. Only one egg matures every month, ready to be fertilized by the sperm. So यहाँ पे भी out of 4, 3 however will degenerate, will be destroyed naturally, will not be functional. Okay, only one will be functional. All of them are what? Haploid in nature only, means only half the number of chromosomes. Why half the number of chromosomes? Because it has undergone meiotic cell division. Now this half the number of chromosomes, this one cell, this one daughter cell, which is now called as megaspore. In polar development, it was known as microspore. Remember? Okay. So this megaspore will now develop, will now, grow, will develop, and it will be nourished by the nucellus. Remember the structure of the anatropous ovule. So this was more or less the structure, and inside you had the outer integument, the inner integument, and then the embryo sac, and then the nucellus. Okay, so outer integument, inner integument. Inner to the inter-integument, there was a covering on the embryo sac. So this covering was nucellus. So nucellus will provide the nourishment to this growing cell. Then this will further multiply, divide. Okay, now how many divisions and multiplication will take place? This you have to remember in development of female gametophyte. Okay, we have to study up till the embryo stage. Yes, so all of you clear? Step number 1, parent cell undergoing meiotic division, producing 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells, out of 4, only 3, only 1 will be Kamka, only 1 will be functional, rest 3 will degenerate. Now this one will further go, undergo growth and development. Nourishment will be given to this by the nucellus, surrounding nucellus. Okay, protection will be there by the integument. So this megaspore mother cells now will undergo further mitotic division. Okay, so it will go 3 successive mitotic division to form 8 cell stage. Sorry. Okay, so after meiosis, mitosis will take place. That is, once the gametes have been formed, now the gametes will multiply by normal cell division, mitotic division, to increase the number of cells within the egg within the whole ovule. Okay, see, you can see over here, this small megaspore now has grown, developed and matured in size also. You can see over here, so the size has increased. So this is the micropylar end and this is the chalazal end. Okay, so first mitotic division, one cell and this nucleus undergoes mitotic division. Everything will happen within this sac only, within this setup only. It will not divide outside. Okay, so this one gets divided into two. The two then further undergoes second mitotic division. So this results into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then this will further undergo mitotic division. Now 4 in 4 into 4 will give you what? Sorry, 4 and into 2 will give you 8 cell stage. So total 8 nuclei are formed. Yes. So this nuclei, first nuclear division, second nuclear division, third nuclear division, total how many nucleus are formed? Total 8 nucleus are formed. Okay, so the final, the second last stage is 8 nuclear stage. Okay, this is how naturally the female gametophyte will develop. We are yet to discuss the last stage. So the mother cell megaspore mother cell undergoes meiotic division. Then it grows in size, develops, matures, take nourishment from the nucellus. Out of the 4, only one is functional, only one further goes under development. The remaining 3 will degenerate, and then the 3 mitotic division will result into 8 nucleus. One nucleus will finally result into 8 nucleuses. Okay, within the setup, within the megaspore, within this sac. Okay, so now there will be rearrangement. Rearrangement means the nuclei will take positions. So 3 will assemble at this pole, 3 will assemble at over here towards the micropylar end. So 3 nucleus will assemble at the base, 3 nucleus will assemble over here. Here they are known as antipodal cells and here they are known as synergic cells. Okay, they are the same nuclei which resulted from the mitotic division. It's just the position that they will take place and further function that they will serve, okay, in the fertilization process. So they have been given different names. Yahan pe we will call antipodal cells and yahan pe we are calling it as synergid cells. Okay. So the 2 are known as synergids. The middle one. Okay, you can see this middle one. That's the actual female gamete. That's the egg. That's the small egg. In simple terms, that's the small egg which will be fertilized by the male gamete. That's the pollen grain that will come from the tube. Okay. Then in the center, you are left with how many? 2 nucleus. We call this as 2 polar nucleus. What will happen in the last stage? These 2 will fuse together and will form a diploid nucleus. This will form a diploid nucleus because all of them are what? Haploid in nature. Here the megaspore started with what? Half the number of chromosomes. So mitotic division, there is no reductional division. It is just simply equational division. Okay. So one end, it will further first duplicate and then divide, then duplication, then division. So the chromosome number will be retained up till here, and the middle polar nuclei at the last stage they will just fuse at the center, and then this is the central polar nuclei. Okay, so this is how the final embryo of the female gametophyte will look like. We either call this whole thing as the mature embryo sac, or you can call it as female gametophyte. This whole thing is mature embryo sac. Now this is ready to be fertilized by any male gamete, that is the pollen grain. Okay. Yes. So this is which cell stage? 6 six haploid nucleus are there, but one is diploid. Acha, now why diploid and why haploid? How can we have these different nuclear chromosomal setup in this embryo sac? This we will discover in the next video when we will begin with fertilization. Okay, because in I will just give you the hint that in angiosperm there is two-time fertilization happening, double fertilization. So that we will cover in the next video. So this is the embryo sac, which is just before the fertilization. That is 7 nucleus are present, out of which 6 are haploid. The 3 upper and the lower one, these are N, 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 and the middle one is 2N because which was earlier N, N, now got fused and resulted into diploid. So this is how the female gametophyte will be developed and ready for fertilization. Hope you understood. Make a note of it. Whatever you have not understood, read the textbook also and make a note of your doubts. So that was all in this video. In the next video, we are going to discuss a little bit about the embryo sac. Okay.